So, I'm talking about Dancing G in part 3 of the testimonies. The first one is called The Cake. And the cake, Grandma had made the girls some homemade ice cream. And as she was making the homemade ice cream, of course, they were really, really poor, and it was just a special thing for her to make this ice cream. And she thought in her head as she was doing this, that she wished she had the girls some cake. So she just thought it. Well, she was in such relationship, our thoughts become his thoughts and so forth. So she thought, in her mind, I'd like to have some cake for these girls. Well, a little bit later, there was a knock on her door, knock, knock, knock. And one of the old saints that lived in the projects came and said, Miss Roberts, Sister Roberts, have you been praying for some cake? The Lord told me to make you a cake. And the lady had a chocolate cake and brought it in and gave it to Grandma, and she just rejoiced over that. She appreciated everything that God did, and definitely prayed her way through. The second one is the coats. So this is when my Aunt Rose, who was there as well, she had at that time 3 daughters. And the winter came, and she realized that their coats were dirty. Well, she didn't have the money to put the coats in the cleaners. So she called Irene and Mother and Rose and said, look, girls, we're going to pray, and we're going to put these coats in the cleaners, and we're going to believe that God's going to supply. So they got together. Grandma prayed over the coats. She went and put the 3 coats in the cleaners. And then the next Wednesday night, she's walking up the steps to church. And she walked in the church into the foyer, and a lady came up to her and went, Sister Roberts, have you been praying for something? She said, here, the Lord told me to give you $10. And the coats were $7.50. They prayed for $7.50. That's what the coats would cost to get out of the cleaners. And the lady said, here, the Lord told me to give you $10. So she got the coats out that were clean, and she had $2.50 left over. And she rejoiced in the Lord, for the Lord was her provider. So that's the cake and the coats.